morning, welcome to my channel. So today I decided to do a face-to-face. I think it was 2 years ago I did a face-to-face for May You Be Inspired, and it was a collaboration with Junk Journals, Inspiration and Ideas, and it's a group, Facebook group that I'm a moderator for, and it was just telling everybody who we were, how we'd come to where we are now, and what we would have liked somebody to tell us when we first started crafting, about tips and tricks and things like that. So enough of that. So this is a face-to-face just to welcome you all to my channel, introduce myself. So my name's Julie, but I do get Joolsey, always have done for years, and that's how the Joolsedesigns came out way back in, I think, the late 90s, not sure. Anyway, it's just to let you know that I have a Facebook group. I've started my own Facebook group, and it's Junk Journals at JT Creations, and the at is the at sign, not AT. It's where we can learn about junk journals, share hints and tips, make friends. It's not a selling site. I design my own digitals, so obviously I put them on there, but it's definitely not a selling site. It's not, we don't do, at the moment we don't do any swaps. There is little challenges that you can, you know, take part in or not. It's entirely up to you. I do post all my videos on there, and I don't mind anybody else posting their videos. So enough about that. So if you want to join my Facebook group, this is going on my Facebook group, so hi, you now know you've got a face. So what I want to talk about is the structure of my channel. So the structure of my channel has always been 3 videos a week: Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. They were the best days for me to put my videos out on. So Tuesday was Tuesday Treasures. We've now changed that to Take and Create, because I designed something. I put it on my Ko-fi site, and it is for you to just download, print and create. I do a video of what I've created with it, and that's not the be all and end all of it. I mean, everybody has their own inspiration, you have your own ideas, and that's what I like. You know, I'm just showing you some of the ideas. If I was to show you all my ideas, I'd be videoing for days. You'd get bored. Thursdays I started a Back to Basics series in January, the beginning of January. I think it was January the 2nd was the first Thursday in the year, and that's basically, it's beginner friendly, so it's going through the easy stages of junk journaling. It's also there for, you know, more experienced, seasoned junk journalers, just to go back to basics. Sometimes it's best, you know, we get so carried away with new trends, new bits and pieces, that we do forget the basics. And I've seen it in comments time and time again, you know, where people go, oh, I forgot all about that. And don't get me wrong, I'm the same. I go, oh, I forgot all about that. Especially when I'm rummaging in my craft room or sorting it out, and I find something I've not seen for 6 months, 7 months, which you can see is quite easy. So that the Back to Basics. So we've covered kind of journal covers, signatures, hidden spines. We've done like an album type cover. I like to do my spines so they cascade. I've still not put a cover on this one. Oh, I'm going to have a... So this is my tartan hearts, and as you can see, I like them to cascade like that. So I put my pages on spines, if you can see. And there is, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see at the very top is a video, the first spine I did like that. It's not the first spine I did, but it's the first spine I recorded, just to let you know how it's done. I have done it since, but I don't have links for those videos. I would need to go through and search. And I used to do albums before I did junk journals, and that's basically how you put your pages in an album, but I like the way the pages flopped open. So you can see with this, I've just done it. It's chipboard covered in paper, and there we are, we have and that's how the spines work in kind of an album. But with an album you have like the card pages. This I still use the digitals or the coffee dyed paper, pretty papers. This is my spring journal, and I just like how the pages cascade when you open it, because you've got like a deeper bit there. When you open your journal you've got pages to write on, pages to look at. So that's basically back to basics. It is beginner friendly, and I think I might change it from back to basics to beginner friendly, so watch out for that. And Saturdays are fun, scrappy Saturdays, so I just make anything from bits of scraps, coffee dyed paper, bits of card, anything I've got lying about my craft room, and I just try and do something different. Yeah, I am inspired by other people. I am inspired an awful lot by people. I do watch YouTube channels, not as much as I would like to, and not as much as I'm able. I don't have the time to watch a lot of YouTube channels, and you know, I feel guilty about that, but I just don't have the time. So I do get inspiration if I lose my mojo, which is quite a lot. I do go onto YouTube and I look at Pinterest, I look at Instagram, I look at the Facebook journal groups, and sometimes I get inspiration and I don't do what I've seen. I do something similar. Where I can, I will give credit for the inspiration. But that's Saturdays, so that's like scrappy Saturdays. I think we might call it scrappy Saturdays, or jazz up your junk or whatever. But I try and use a lot of junk stuff. I am very aware when I'm doing my videos. Now I've been crafting, well, I started building up my stash early 90s, mid 90s probably. So, and I went from wedding stationery to card crafting, to albums, to junk journals, and so I've accumulated a lot of equipment. You don't need that equipment for junk journals, and sometimes when we're, you know, putting videos out, we forget that there are a lot of newbies, because I see it coming in all the time, you know, people on the groups saying, oh, I'm new to junk journaling, I'm here for inspiration, I'm here to learn. So we do forget that, you know, newbies don't have all these fancy tools and that. So what I try to do is, if I do use anything with a fancy tool, I try and do it again without using the tool. When you first start junk journaling or you start crafting, you want everything, and I'm going back into, you know, tips and tricks. Don't waste your money to start with. Just learn to do the basics. Watch some beginner friendly, there's quite a few beginner friendly YouTube channels. Ask questions on your Facebook group. You can certainly ask questions on my Facebook group. If you don't understand something, just ask. If I'm not there, somebody will answer the question. Don't think it's a silly question. If you're thinking it and asking it, it means somebody else is too, because we all have creative minds. Yeah, so it's, you know, I do try to remember about the people that don't have this equipment. It's like, I like to stitch everything. As you probably noticed with my journal pages, I do understand that not everybody has a sewing machine or wants to stitch paper with their sewing machines. So now and again I'll do it without but then after the the video is over, I do go around and stitch it because I just love stitching. Now and again I'll show on my video how to do faux stitching with a pen, and that looks just as good. I have done one of my Tuesday treasures was tags with faux stitching on. I'd actually digitally put it on. So yeah, so we've got I've got some, I'm going to give you a sneak preview here. So these are some of the Tuesday, the take and creates that are coming up. I think it's that way, then that one, then that one. These aren't coming up till May, but that's so pretty. I love it, I love it. Yeah, so I'll give you a wee sneaky preview. I also design digitals, as a lot of you will know. It's something, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm a hairdresser to trade, so I went to college, I did an apprenticeship in a shop, and I went to college 1.5 days a week. We did art, we did chemistry, yeah, sciences, English, hair, I did wig making, I did ladies and gents hair. One of the things we did was art, and my art lecturer, there was the art college across the road from the college that I went to for hairdressing, and the art lecturer was quite intrigued by my logic around art. Maybe that's probably the best way to put it. And he asked if I wanted to do a night class at the college, because he thought it would interest me because I loved art. So I did that. So I've got a degree in art. I've not done anything with it until now, until I started designing. I've worked with computers right from DOS, and I did a communications degree when I was 40, communications and public relations, and part of that was writing for the media, and desktop publishing and things like that. So I kind of know my way around a computer, and it doesn't take me long to work out a software program. So I do design my own digitals. I try and put out 2 a month. I have on my Ko-fi, I put them out on Ko-fi. I have a monthly subscribers who subscribe monthly, and I put out, they get a free digital. It is different from the ones that I put in the shop. It's not the same. I think there's only once I've put the same one, and that's because I was running out of time. But I do put my take and creates there. However, in my Facebook group I do put freebies that don't go into my Ko-fi shop. The reason I don't put them in my Ko-fi shop is a lot of people just take, and you're not getting interaction with others, where on the Facebook group, if you're getting a freebie and you're working on it, showing what you've made with it, you're getting interaction with other crafters. So that's why I do that, and it's a wee thing for supporters of my Facebook group, and it's a thank you. Like, I thank all you guys with my take and creates and my YouTube channels. Now that's the thing. Before I started YouTube, I retired. Retired at 61. And I've always crafted. I've always had a craft room since my daughter left home. But it's become a full-time job, this. And the saying is, if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I wish I'd found a crafting job when I was 16, because I would have just loved it. I wouldn't have gone through the stress and the hassles that I've had to go through with some of my jobs. Anyway, by the by, can't change the past. It's made me who I am. So yeah, so my channels, it takes time, because when I do a YouTube channel I have to prep for it. then I do the video, then I edit the video, then I have to upload the video, then I put the links out. So it does take time, and to do three videos a week does take its time as well. Plus I like to craft without a camera on me. I like to mess about, I like to experiment, and if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be doing as much on my videos, because sometimes I make some horrendous mistakes. I maybe should have a bloopers bit, shouldn't I? So it's just to let you know, and that's why I put my stuff on Ko-fi, because people do buy me a coffee, and it's kind of, it keeps my channel going. And I mean, yeah, I do get paid from YouTube. It's not the greatest amount of money, believe me, for all the work that goes in it. If I was working in a media studio and getting paid for the time I'm on air and for the prep, I would be a lot more money, probably 10 or 20 times what we get from YouTube. And how you can help, YouTube, as my grandson calls me a YouTuber. He's so excited his granny's a YouTuber. How you can help us crafting YouTubers is to like, comment, subscribe. You don't have, if you comment, you don't have to put a big spiel. You can just say hello, loved it, or a comment, you would like to see something on my channel. If you want me to cover something, put it in the comments. If I can, I will, and I will always answer you back. I will always, say thank you, or, if you've asked a question. But even, liking and watching the videos, it builds up the algorithms, and it helps YouTubers. I mean, there's lots of brand new YouTubers. I've only been going 3 and a bit years now, and I'm heading my way to 7,000 subscribers. When I started, it was November the 8th. I never dreamed, of getting this far, and I am so appreciative of all you guys. I'm amazed at the support and how many kind, beautiful comments I get from all over the world, and it's so rewarding just to get those comments, the likes. Every time I get a new subscriber, I'm like, yay! And my grandchildren are like, yay! Granny's nearly at 7,000 and things like that. Even my oldest boy, who's kind of thought I was mad doing YouTube channels, he's kind of impressed now as well. He's like, oh, you're doing really well, Mum. He's in the army. He's a kind of a stick in the mud. He's a sergeant major in the army, and he's like, takes a lot to impress him, but I think he is mildly impressed. The other two, my daughter and my youngest boy, they're like all for it, yeah, way to go, Mum. Anyway, I'm waffling as I do. So that's basically everything. Also, just to give you a wee sneak, the digitals that I've got coming out. I've got a dragonfly journal coming out. I've got a bee journal. No, not digitals, not journals. A dragonfly digital, a bee digital, a daisy. I love daisies. A daisy digital. I've got some summer digitals coming out because I did 2 spring. I've also got a military digital coming out. Now, both my boys are in the military. My dad was in the military. Although I wasn't brought up as a military child, my dad just did his national service. But my 2 boys, one's army, one's navy. And I did do an album, and I didn't video it, but I did do a flip through of it, and the feedback I got was like, is there a video for this? So in the Back to Basics, I will do 1 or 2 journals with the card pages where you can put your pretty papers, or your coffee dyed papers, or just scrunch, you know, these pages up with lots of pockets and flaps and folders and things like that. But probably what I will do is I'll use the military papers just to let you see them. And one of the reasons I did a military, it's not, there's a lot of camouflage on it, but there's a lot of like blues, greens and beiges, so that you can, it is kind of a man's journal and a man's digital. And even if, you know, if you're making a digital for a male, even if they're not in the army or the navy or the air force, at some point in their life they've kind of went, oh, you know, air force planes, you know, army tanks, navy ships. So you can put, you know, like little bits of camouflage and that, but use the sort of like the kind of more male dominant colours. I know colours aren't specifically, I like a lot of male dominant colours, believe me. And I'm not even going to get into that no way. But yeah, so it's just, and then you can use your stamps on top, you know, if you've got like the moustache stamps. I think Tim Holtz does one with a moustache and things like that, or you can turn them into a steampunk and things like that. So yeah, so I'm doing a military, I've done a military digital. That probably will come out in May too. I think June and July is for the bee and the daisy. Dragonfly is this month, April. Summer obviously is July, August. And then last year I did a coffee shop digital, so I'm thinking of doing a tea for two. I've done a tea for two before, but I think I want to do another one, but like a shabby chic kind of digital. Anyway, so that's it. So just remember, my videos are Tuesday, which is Take and Create. Thursdays, Back to Basics, Beginners Friendly. And Saturdays, Just Up Your Junk, Scrappy Saturdays. And it's just using book pages and coffee dyed papers and your pretty papers and your digitals. Just whatever you get hold of. And it's just making ephemera, making pockets, you know, anything to go in your junk journals. And basically, you know, just, I appreciate you all. I really, really do. As I've said, I'm amazed. I'm actually gobsmacked. That's a northeastern word here, gobsmacked. Not a Scottish word. It's an English North word. But I'm gobsmacked that I've, you know, got this far. And by all your support, it's amazing, and I really, really appreciate it. So if you would like to give me a thumbs up, comment, you know, if I've missed anything, if you would like to see anything in one of my videos, leave a comment below. I will look at it, and I will, and if I can do it, I will. And that's it. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.